Okay, let's talk about the main thing. When you are building a customer base, this is what you want to watch for, okay? And so on the very bottom of your app, or if you were in your back office, this is going to be the main area that you're really going to be looking at when you first start. And so what is on the left is your customer acquisition activity. So this is your first orders. Customer retention activity is going to be that customer retention bonus. And so, typically speaking, what you're going to see is that people start on the left and then they're going to move to the right. And so, for instance, this week, there were 16 new customers that were enrolled, and the total of that volume was 1,320 PV. Total customer count was 151. So, what you'll see is the customer name here, you'll see the customer number, and then their order date, the order number, and then how much PV there was. So this is the commission volume and qualifying volume. And so you'll just pay attention to kind of how this goes, but really CV is going to be what you're looking at because that's what you're going to get paid on. So for instance, because these are first orders, basically it is 20% of $1,320, or sorry, 1,320 PV. So let's do the quick math. So that would be $264 is what you would be earning in commission. And because that's over that check minimum, you would get this check that week. Now, these numbers are not going to count towards this total, okay? And so then this is what's happening this week. This is where you want to go to see what's happening that month. So this is going to tell you how many customers total you've had in your entire time frame. Okay, this is how many up to that point of the month have ordered. And so you may see, you're going to see more order throughout the month, but maybe people have their orders at the end of the month instead of the beginning of the month. And so don't panic about that by any means. But this is going to tell you how many of your customers have actually ordered. Now, do note when somebody is a customer and becomes a brand partner, they're still listed in this total. So really don't let this get in your head too much, okay? So now let's go to this. Star qualified volume. There are two numbers here. The one on the left, honestly, if it were me, I would always have it be 0. And here's why. That is how much you as a brand partner have purchased that is helping your volume. You will not get commission on that. Okay. And so if this was 500 and this was 6,300, you're only going to get commission on the 6,300. Okay. So let's break that down and pause for a second. In order to be active and eligible to earn an income, you must have 100 PV in qualifying volume. Qualifying volume can come from your own order. It can also come from a customer order. So for instance, I can either buy it on my account and then I'm not getting commission on that, or I could have a customer's order make me eligible. Now you're like, Taryn, you need to use the products. Absolutely 1,000% agree. I know it's only 100%, but still. Some strategy is you could have, say, James and I are in the same household. James could be a customer of mine and I could order through him. And that keeps me as the brand partner eligible. So that's something that's a little bit of strategy. But to me, there's really no point because that means people above me are getting paid on this instead of me getting paid on this. And so I want to keep this as close to 0, but this has to be over 100, otherwise you're not going to earn an income. And then this is where you want to go higher. So again, you could click this little button. This is a screenshot because I wanted to hide people's information, but this is where you can see what the rank would, or what you would need in order to get certain thresholds. So for instance, again, know your numbers. 100 PV and less is going to be 5% commission. 101 PV to 499 is 20% commission. 500 to 999 is going to be 30% commission. And from 1,000 to 1999 is going to be 40% commission. 2,000 PV and above, you're going to make 50%. So for example, right now it says I'm at star 5. That means 50%. Star 4 would mean 40%. Star 3 is 30%. Star 2 is 20%. Star 1 is 5%, or star is what it would call. It's not star 1. And so I can easily see where I'm at for my check for that month. And so, for example, on this one, so far, is going to be 6813.35 divided by 2. So this commission so far, and you can see there's probably some more days to the month here, that commission would be $3,406.68. And that would come from that month. So for instance, this is in July. So this check would be there by August 15th. And that's how it actually works. And so this is what you're really going to pay attention to when you're first starting as a brand partner, more likely than not, because most people do start building customers versus getting out there and starting the business side right away and building a team. Now, not to say you can't, because we are going to go over that portion next in our next segment. So let's go ahead and stop this recording. Stop share. There we go. Now let's talk about that.